In this session, we're going to learn what is the importance of securing tables in the production environment. We'll also see and understand why we need to do that and what are the different options which SAP gives us for securing access to tables. The reason you should secure access to tables in the production environment is because tables are one of the most important elements of SAP database since they contain the actual data in the SAP system. So whatever data you work with, whether you're creating something like purchase orders or sales orders or creating some employee records, ultimately the data that you work with go and gets stored in tables in the SAP database. Now, since many of these tables contain sensitive and confidential information, it is important to secure access to these tables. For example, if a customer is implementing HR and if he is implementing the payroll module, there will be some table in the SAP system which would contain an employee's social security number, which is very very confidential, and the users who request access to viewing data from the tables directly, those users should not be getting access to the table which contains the social security number, or for example the payroll information. I mean the table which contains the salary data. So such tables need to be properly secured. So many tables contain sensitive and confidential information. Now that is one reason why a user should not get access to viewing the data from the tables directly, because some of these tables contain confidential information. Now there are some tables which also allow to do direct data maintenance in the SAP system. Now the problem with direct data maintenance is that it compromises the data integrity in the SAP system. Now when you use a transaction code to create let's say a sales order, the data that you enter while creating a sales order goes and gets stored in multiple tables. It doesn't get stored in one single table. So if there is a table which allows you to do a direct update, and if a user performs a direct update to that table, and if that piece of information is stored in some other tables also, and those tables are not that data in that piece of information is stored, it's not changed in the remaining tables, then you're basically compromising the data integrity in the system. So data integrity is an issue if you give direct access to viewing the data in the tables directly. So that is another problem. Now, it's not possible that you don't give access to viewing the data directly in the production environment. Sometimes users need to look at the data directly. Now, like as in programs, majority of users in production environment do not need direct access to tables. So they view data in the SAP system through transaction codes. But there are some users, for example power users, business super users, who need access to view data from the table directly. Now, an example might be someone who needs to look at configuration of business areas or company codes in the SAP system, or maybe, or perhaps they need to look at monthly close data dates or invoicing processing dates. So there are reasons why people would require or request access to viewing the data from the tables directly. To look at the data in the table, users use transaction codes such as SE16, SE16N, or SE17, SM30, or SM31, SE12, SE11. Now, out of which these transactions, SE16 is SE16 and SM30 are most widely requested transaction codes. SE16N and SE17N, majority of the people don't prefer these transaction codes because of the features in the transaction codes, and the layout of those transaction codes is not very user friendly. But SE16 and SM30 or SM31, they are the most widely requested transaction codes by users who want to view data in a table directly. Now, viewing of the data from the tables is controlled by the authorization object s_tableau_dis, which is this object s_tableau_dis controls table access. But because of the reasons which we just mentioned, like direct data updates in the tables and data integrity issues, as a good audit practice, SE16 should not be assigned to users in the production environment. Many auditors, when they come to audit the production system, one of the checks that they make is to see how many people have access to the transaction SE16 or SM30 in the production environment, and they don't recommend giving access to SE16 or SM30 to users directly. So as an audit issue, as a security administrator, you should not assign SE16 or SM30 to users in the production environment. Now, there are reasons for why you should not assign SE16 or SM30 to production users. SE16 is one of the several transaction codes classified by SAP as being both dangerous and having a potential performance impact. Now, the rationale listed by SAP for why SE16 can have a potentially adverse impact on SAP system performance is that with the table, the problem with the table display occurs when a query does a full table scan for data. When done on a large table, this query has serious impact on performance because the system searches every record in the table to find those that meet the search criteria. What it means is that when, let's say, your user uses SE16 to view data from a very large table which contains, let's say, a large table meaning a table which contains thousands or millions of records, and if the user does not use a proper search criteria, and even if he uses a search criteria which is very proper, but that search criteria hits a large number of records. The scanning of the table, when the SAP searches for the records meeting that search criteria, it is going to do a sequential search, and if it hits a large number of records, the system is going to take time to display the output. Now, when the system goes through a large number of records and it takes time to extract the data from the table, that is when the performance of the system probably goes down, because till the data is output for the user is going to occupy the system's processes, which is not freed for other users. So the other users, when they execute something and if their transaction or their activity does not find a work process, the other users will see their task in a hung mode. So displaying large records, a large amount of records, is potential performance issue in the SAP system. So that is one of the reasons why SE16 is not recommended to be assigned in production environment, the performance impact, because of the performance impact. Now, another reason why it is considered dangerous is because SE16, if S_table disk is not properly controlled, using SE16 you can do a direct data maintenance in the tables, meaning you can add a record into the table, or you can modify an existing record, or you can delete an existing record from the table directly, and which brings you to the data integrity issue. So adding a record into the table directly is a data integrity problem, because when you use a transaction code to add data into this, create data into the system, or modify data in the SAP system, the SAP system takes care of updating the records or updating the tables, other tables in the SAP system wherever it is required. So data integrity is another issue with SE16. Now, as the authorization object for client independent tables, meaning the data which is client dependent, the authorization object S_tabu_dis controls such tables. Now, the S_tabu_dis has two fields in it. One is the activity field, the other is the authorization group field. Now, if in a production environment, let's say this object S_tabu_dis has a value 02 and with an star as a value for authorization group or a specific authorization group. So what it means is that the user using SE16 has a change access for tables in the production environment, the tables that belong to the authorization group that you specify in this object. So if users have access to this object S_tabu_dis with 02 and an authorization group for the tables, or let's say star, what it means is the users can modify data from the tables directly in the production environment. So this combination, so in the production system, this object S_tabu_dis should not be assigned with 02 value. But there is a possibility somehow this value for 02 can be assigned to tabu_dis in the production environment. Now, like as in programs, uh, SAP standard programs are assigned to authorization groups. Similarly, tables in the SAP system are grouped into authorization groups. Now, if a table is not assigned to any group, then the dollar ampersand NC ampersand becomes the default authorization group for that table. Now, as in programs, even if you specify a particular authorization group for this field, the authorization group field in the object output DIS, the users can access the tables which belong to the group that is authorized for them, plus they can also access the data from the tables which are not assigned to any authorization group. So which again, like as in programs, is a loophole in this for this object. Now for client independent tables, user needs access to both s underscore tabu underscore dis as well as the object s underscore tabu underscore CLI. Now s underscore tabu underscore CLI controls cross-client maintenance. For example, if you want to create a company code, which meaning the data from the tables which can be viewed from any client in the SAP system, such tables are controlled by this object s underscore tabu underscore CLI along with s underscore tabu underscore dis. Now, whether you can maintain the table data in the table directly or not, and is controlled by a flag setting in the table's attributes. If in the table's attribute, if it is mentioned, if it is set to display maintenance allowed, for those tables, you can maintain the data in the tables directly using the transaction SM30 or SE16. So let us go to the transaction SE11 to check the attributes of some tables. So let's go to transaction, let's say a table USR02, which contains the user logon information. So click on display and click on delivery and maintenance tab. If this setting, data browser table view maintenance field setting, is set to display maintenance allowed, that means using SE16 we can maintain such tables. So let's, for example, in this case USR02 is allowed with restrictions. Now this is applicable for tables which are considered to be client data which is considered to be client dependent. For example, what it means is the data in the table USR02 is client dependent, meaning if I am logged into client 800 in this case, which means when I look the data from this table, I can see the user information of the users for this client only. When I log into some other client in the same systems, let's say client 811, and when I look at the data from this same table USR02, I can see the user information for the user IDs which are in client 811. No. This setting, like I said, controls whether you can maintain the data in the table directly or not. So if you want, so any table which has display maintenance allowed, using SE16, you can directly maintain data in that table. USR02 is not one of those tables. So let's go to table T001. T000, which contains the clients list in the system. So which says, now it says display maintenance allowed. What it means is either using SM30 or AC16, you can directly maintain uh, the data in this table T000. So whether you can maintain the data in the table directly or not is controlled by this setting in the table's technical attributes. So Tabu CLI controls cross-client data. Like for example, like we saw T000. That table, no matter which client you log into, you will see the same data. Whereas USR02 is client dependent, so you see data specific to the client that you're logged into. So to maintain the data in the table directly, the table in question has the data browser table view flag set to display maintenance allowed, like what we saw in the case of the table T000. Or the table view in question has the access radio button set to read and change, and the data browser table view maintenance flag set to display maintenance allowed. This is in case of views, table views. For the client independent customizing and configuration tables like the T0 table T000, whether you can maintain the table data in the table directly or not is also controlled by the client settings, apart from the technical attributes display maintenance allowed. So the client settings should be set to the cross client object changes field is set to anything other than no changes to cross client customizing objects or no changes to repository and cross client customizing objects. Now this setting you can see in the transaction SCC4. So let us go to the transaction SCC4 and take a look at the settings. So SCC4, if you let's go to table 800, client 800, and double click on it. If you want, so these settings, along with these settings, control whether you can make any changes to customizing data or configuration data for tables such as T000. So if you don't want the users to make direct changes to cross customizing data tables, then it has to be set to no changes allowed and no changes to repository and cross customizing objects, cross client customizing objects. So if it is set to that, these two combination, no changes allowed or no changes to repository and cross client customizing objects, then you cannot make direct changes to customizing tables directly. So if it is set to anything other than these, no changes allowed and no changes to repository and cross-client objects, like in this case, it is set to automatic changes, recording of changes and changes to repository and cross-client customizing allowed. In this combination, using SC16 or SM30, you can make changes to the tables directly. The cross-client tables such as T000 or T001. So whether you can make changes to the tables or views directly or not is also controlled at the client level. Also, the global setting field in the system change option screen, that is using the transaction SC06, is set to modifiable. In SC06, if system change option is set to modifiable, then what it means is you can make direct changes to the tables in that system. Now the settings in SCC4 is controlled at the client level, whereas in the modifiable setting in the transaction SC06, that is system change option, is controlled at the system level. Now the related software component in the system change option is in the screen is set to anything other than not modifiable. The related namespace name range in the system is set to system change option screen is set to modifiable. If this is the settings in SC06, then you can modify the data in the system in the tables directly. So at the system level, that is, you can also control the table changes using the settings in the transaction SC06. So let us go and take a look at the transaction SC06 also. So let us go to the transaction SC06 and click on system change option. Now again, SC06 is again an audit transaction code, and this has only to be assigned to only the basis people, basis administrators. Nobody else in the SAP system should have access to this transaction code. So let's click on system change option. If the global setting is set to modifiable, then at the system level, you can modify the data in the tables directly. So, and depending on the objects in the system, you can control whether the objects can be changed or the data can be changed or not. So modifiable or not modifiable. So if it is set to modifiable, then you're making the changes. But if it's set to not modifiable, like you saw here, it automatically changes. Then the data and the objects cannot be changed in the system. Whereas in SCC4, say no. In SCC4, the control is done at the client level. So if you go to SCC4, if I do some changes to name, no changes allowed, no changes to repository and cross client customizing objects, if that is the settings for client 800, that means it affects only client 800. It doesn't affect client 811. Whereas SC06, it affects every client in the system. So if you don't assign SC16 or SM30 to users in the production system, but still users need access to direct access to the tables, then what do? What are the alternatives for you to give direct table access? Because SC16 as an audit, auditors say recommend not to assign SC16. So how do you protect access to the tables, the data in the tables? Now SAP gives you, like it's in programs, SAP gives you the concept of authorization groups. So using the concept of authorization groups, you can protect access to what tables the users can see or view in this client or in the system. But the problem still here is you still have to give SC16. So you still have the problem of the performance impact. You still have the problem of data integrity, meaning if S underscore tabu underscore disp is not properly controlled, if the tables from the group that you are authorizing, if some tables allow for direct maintenance, so users can still maintain the data directly. And also, the users can still view the data from the tables which are not assigned to any group. So there are some loopholes in using the authorization group. We'll see what it is. And other alternative is, like in programs, you also can create a custom transaction code to give access to individual tables. For every table, what it means is, for every table you create a custom transaction code. Now another option that you have is using the creating transaction variant for the transaction SA16. So that is the third option. And another option that you have instead of assigning SA16, you can also assign SA16N or SA17 as an alternative for SA16. In SA16N and SA17, SAP does not provide for direct table access, update access. So using SA17, for example, even if the table allows, like for a table such as T000, allows for direct table maintenance, using SA17, people can't do that because SA17 does not have a feature to do direct table maintenance. So there are 3 or 4 alternatives which can be used for instead of SA16. The most preferred one, which SAP recommends, is table-specific transaction codes. So SAP recommends that you create a transaction code for every table that the users need access and assign that transaction code to a role. We'll see how to do that. But we also have the concept of authorization groups, where you give access to tables belonging to a certain authorization group. And if you want, you can create your own authorization group and give access to the tables from that group.